I'm Shelley Turner with the Builderall team. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up PayPal recurring checkout. And I'm going to show you two different ways. We're going to look at using a PayPal button, and we're going to look at using the checkout system that's inside your editor. So let's go ahead and start with the PayPal button. To do that, I'm just going to go over to this menu, and I'm going to go to Plus, and then down to Apps. And then right here, I'm going to choose either of these buttons. I'm going to just choose this one, and I'll click it. And it puts the button right here. We're going to just click and drag it right up to under here. And now I can start configuring this button. So I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to Edit. There's a lot of settings on this button I can set up. The first thing I need to do is choose the button type. So I'm going to click the down arrow and go to Subscription. That's going to allow you to create a recurring payment within PayPal. The next thing you're going to do is put your PayPal address. So this is the PayPal account where you want to receive money. Then you choose the currency. I'm going to choose US dollars. And then you can put a description of the product that you're selling. And then you can put in the return URL. This is the address of where you want them to go to after they complete the checkout process. For testing purposes, we're just going to put Google. For the amount, we're going to put 5 cents. That way we can do a very inexpensive test purchase. The repetition represents how long between purchases will you charge the individual. So right now it's sent to once per month. You could set it to once per day, per week, per month, or even per year. I'm going to set this to once per month. So the repetition is 1 and the period is 1. And then the end of collection, this allows you to set a date that you'll end the collection. Do you want to never set it, or do you want it 2 payments, 3 payments, 4 payments? You can set this to charge and then stop after a certain number of payments. I'm going to set it to never so that it will always charge them 5 cents once per month. And then on this side, you get to configure what your button looks like. So you can use the smaller buttons, you can display the credit card logos, and you can choose the country and language of the button. I'm choosing United States English, but there are a whole lot of choices that you can choose. And this is what your button's going to look like. Once you get everything configured, just click Confirm. And now your button's ready to go to accept a recurring payment for the product that you're selling on your website. So that's the first way to set up a recurring payment with PayPal. Now we're going to set up the checkout system, which is a little bit different. For the checkout system, I first have to set up my payment manager and my offer manager. To do that, I'm going to go to the shopping bag right here, and I'm going to click it. And for the payment manager, I'm going to click that, and I'm going to choose to accept PayPal. And I'm going to type a name for the account. So I'm going to call it Shelley's PayPal and then confirm. So now I've got Shelley's PayPal down here. I'm going to choose the PayPal email where I want to accept payments. So I've got my PayPal email where I want to accept payments, and then I'm going to click Save and then Close. Now I've got my PayPal set up. My next step is go into the Offer Manager and create my offer. So the Offer Manager is right here in the same place where the Payment Manager is. I'm just going to click on Offer Manager, and I've already got an offer in there that I've created, so I can edit that offer or I can create a new one. I'm just going to go ahead and edit this one. And for this one, the offer is a Shelley's test product. I've got the title in there, the description, the payment method I'm going to change to my PayPal. The currency is going to be changed to US dollars. I can set an expiration date of this item so that it will no longer sell after a specific date. I'm going to leave that blank. I can choose the automated email theme. I'm going to choose the default. And then the thank you page, I can choose any page in my website. I'm going to go ahead and choose just the thank you page. And then there's an area for custom webhooks. There's a whole nother video training on how to do webhooks when you're selling a product, but we won't put any information in there right now. So I filled out my title, description, payment method, currency, and I've added an image. So I'm going to click Next. And now there's the single item. I'm going to click on the gray button, and that'll give me the information about that single item. And I include a title for that item, the price, which is 5 cents, the description, and then the most important thing on this item is I click recurrent, which means the customer is going to have to pay a recurring amount. When I click recurrent, right down here, it asks me how often do you want to charge. So I can click the down arrow and I can pay monthly with the total amount of payments in an infinite cycle, and I've checkmarked that box right there. If I uncheck it, then I can say that I want to make 20 payments or 5 payments, but this I want to go on for infinity until they cancel the payment. So I'm going to check mark infinite cycle, and that means that it will continue to charge until they cancel. So I've got all that set up. I'm going to go ahead and click Save and Confirm. And now my test product is ready to go in the Offer Manager. The next step is to go choose a checkout system. So I'm going to click on the plus button, and I'm going to go down to Checkout. And I'm going to choose the two-step checkout. So I'm just going to click on that, and it's going to ask what offer I want to use. I'm going to use the Shelly's test product that we set up in our Offer Manager, and then I'm going to click Confirm. And now we've got our checkout system set up. We can change anything we want to on this box. So we can change the wording here, we can change the wording here, we can change the title here. To do all of that, we just right-click and go to Configure. And here's all the settings that we can change on this box. We won't change anything now, we're just going to test it the way it is, but make sure you know you can go in there and change anything you want to. So now that I've got my PayPal button set up and I've got my checkout system set up, I'm going to go ahead and publish my site, and we're going to test it to see if it works correctly. So I'm going to click Save first and Save again. And now I'll publish the site and go to the live website so we can test it out. So I'm on the live site, and I'm going to go ahead and check out the PayPal button first. So I'm going to click Subscribe, and that pops up a PayPal page and gives me the information of my product. So coaching services with the Builderall Diva, 5 cents each month, and then it gives me the final amount. And I can choose to subscribe using a debit card, or I can subscribe using my PayPal account. I'm going to go ahead and do PayPal. And I'll put my PayPal information in there and click Login. And now I choose how I'm going to pay. I can just pay from any one of the cards or accounts that I have listed. I'll just choose that first one and then click Continue. And it's telling me that I'm going to use this to pay a recurring payment, and I have to always choose Agree and Pay. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. And now I get confirmation that that nickel subscription has been completed, and I'll get a Return to Merchant button at the bottom. And remember, we set the PayPal button up for the thank you page being the Google website. So when I click Return to Merchant, I should go straight to Google. And there it is. So everything worked perfectly, and it captured my subscription payment using that PayPal button. Now let's go back and test the checkout payment through PayPal. So here I am at the live site again, and this time I'm going to use the checkout system. So I'm going to go ahead and first register for my account. That's what this step 1 is registering for an account. So I'm going to fill out this information. And when I fill this information out, it's actually completing registration and creating an account right on this website. So once they register, they'll actually have an account and be able to log in with this login button at the very top. And that registration and setting up a login allows you to limit what they can access inside of your website. This actually can allow you to create membership areas right inside of your website. So we are creating an account right on this website. So I'm going to click Yes, Send Me Now. And now it shows me the dollar value of the offer, which it tells me it's Shelly's test product. It's a recurring amount of a nickel, and the subtotal is a nickel. So I'm going to click Yes, Send Me Now. And now again, I'm taken to PayPal, where I can choose to subscribe using a debit or credit card, or I can use my PayPal account. I'm going to go ahead and choose my PayPal account. Then I can choose the method inside my PayPal account and click Continue. Then the same way as before, I have to verify that I understand that I'm going to be paying a nickel every month to this company. So I have to click Agree and Pay. When I click that, it's going to complete the transaction. And now I've set up my subscription for a nickel per month, And all I need to do is click Return to Merchant. And if you remember, for the Offer Manager, we set it up that the thank you page was going to be the thank you page inside the website. So when I click this time to go Return to Merchant, I should go to the thank you page. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. Here we are on You Are Confirmed. So we've gone through the entire process. So we've been all the way through setting both of these methods up, including the PayPal button and the checkout system. Both of these are able to be set up for recurring payments through PayPal for your Builderall website.